Okay, Chloe, you're in the zone. You're gonna super focus on studying and... Do you ever find yourself just checking your phone, but before you realize it's midnight? Well, I found a trick that supposedly solves this problem. I usually spend at least 6 hours on my phone endlessly scrolling through TikTok, quickly forgetting what I intended to do on it. But with the math final exam coming up, I had no choice. I needed to fix my phone addiction. If this works, I'm gonna do only productive things on my phone and get an A on my final. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna fail my exam and be destined to a life of scrolling forever. So I turned my phone on grayscale for 30 days. Here's what happened. Whoa, what is this? Damn. Boom! Immediately, I felt the dopamine drain out. I usually try scrolling, but I felt a lot less inclined to pick up my gray phone. Gross. Grayscale. I will admit, sometimes I just need to be entertained. But when I got on my black and white phone, I was like, what the heck do I even need to do? However, I kind of got distracted because I thought that I would just not be inclined to pick up my phone at all, and I got distracted while thinking about how I wouldn't be distracted. But I used my phone less, and it felt like less strain on my eyes even when I did use it. Though it was weird at first, I got used to it. But where there are pros, there are major cons. Here's something I realized. Everything on screens revolves around color. I was trying to send a text to my grandma, but which emoji do I use? Which emoji is which? I can't tell if I'm sending her a nice pink heart or a black emo heart. Okay, I had a pride wallpaper, but look at this. You can't tell what flag that is. It looks like the friggin' straight pride flag. I'm running out of wallpaper options, guys. Okay, I was trying to be productive, organizing events on my calendar, but oh, you've got to be kidding me. All the organizing tools revolve around color. I was trying to pick the right color, but everything was gray, and eventually I just got lazy and kept every event the same color. I couldn't see them anyways. I'm trying to find some photos, but where the heck are they? I can't distinguish between all of these. Okay, I'm taking an online quiz to help me study for French, but did I get the answer right or wrong? It's red and green. I can't see red and green. So because of this, and I'm not proud of this, but I decided that I needed to cheat just a little bit. Every day, probably for less than a minute, I would turn my phone back on for color. Just briefly though. After quickly sending the text or something, I would quickly turn it back on. But once I turned on the color, I noticed just the dopamine rush that I get. I realized just how easily these colors suck me in, which would get me to spend more and more time on my phone. So luckily I was using it less. But this little cheat happened every day. There were just so many things that needed color. And it was also pretty annoying. Every time I would go to accessibility, display and text size, scroll down to color filters, and turn it on or off grayscale. This was so annoying, it just took so much time. And I actually discovered a shortcut for this. This would have been useful during the challenge, but it's not all bad. When I get on my phone, instead of being enticed by all these colorful apps, I just do what I need to do. Because grayscale reminds me just to be productive and maybe just look at the teacher's math notes. But when I get to OneNote, the notes are color-coded? Oh my. Okay, the social aspect. I found myself wanting to hang out in person more. Why go on this dull, gray, boring phone when there are amazing bright colors right in front of you. Also, Insta stories in black and white. At first I thought people were just like posting them in black and white just for the aesthetics. Then I realized, yeah, no, that was just my phone. So I mostly stayed off social media, with YouTube being the exception to listen to productive podcasts. But in a world full of constant digital stimulation, this was tough. Because I stopped really responding on Instagram, I didn't really get the notifications, and I didn't really respond to the messages and DMs that much. So I quickly fell behind on that aspect. And I wasn't really up to date on what everyone was doing all the time. But people would just like tell me that stuff in person more, so I didn't feel like I was missing out that much. And as time went on, people just knew to iMessage me to communicate for like emergency stuff, because I often just wouldn't be on my phone and I wouldn't really respond. But for projects and looking up stuff, etc., you still gotta use your phone. And when your phone's on black and white, it's gonna turn some eyes. This was the biggest downside. People will question what the heck is wrong with you. They'll probably respond one of these ways. I support you? Oh, my friend tried that before. Quit after a day. I tried that before. Quit after a day. Oh my god, that's so useless. But you need color. What? That's so sad. No. Yeah, that happened. I was like, is it really that deep? Want to take a photo with someone for the memories? Bro, I can't see a darn thing. Shut up, it's for a YouTube video. Throughout this journey, I kept track of my thoughts on a Google Doc. But I went on it and realized I only had like 4 entries, which I think proves my point, that I was on my phone even less. More focused on studying for that math exam. I've been through so much. The highs, the lows, the darkness, the color, everything. But did it even help? After using Grayscale for 30 days to help me study, I took the math final exam. And how did I do? 100%, baby! Let's go! So okay, maybe Grayscale did work out pretty good. Am I gonna continue though? After developing both a love and a hatred for this tiny thing, I decided that, yeah, I'm gonna continue it. Why not? It's actually been a couple months since I started this challenge and I'm just using it, cause whatever. Now, I'll probably do it less, but still as much as I can. So should you try Grayscale? Go for it, yeah. But beware, because staying off social media for a while led to a disastrous and embarrassing incident for me. And if you want to hear that story, check this video out.